Hey everyone, I'm making a pudding. I know it's early in the morning, still in my pajamas, but now's the most convenient time for me to show this recipe. So I made this up last night. It was originally a microwave recipe, and I found a similar one because I couldn't find the recipe. I tweaked. Anyway, turned into an air fryer recipe. So 3 tablespoons of self-raising flour, and so I've used the tablespoon measure. And I've got my knife and smooth the top, so it's absolutely 3 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of raw sugar. It seems like a lot, and it is, but it's not super sweet if you don't put that much in. If you put that much in, so more if you like, less if you like. 2 tablespoons of oil. I used olive oil, and 2 tablespoons of milk, so I've got light milk. And this is going to be a chocolate self-saucing pudding, so let's find something to mix it with. Missing the spatula. Let me go find the spatula. I found it, and lucky I went to get that. I remembered I need an egg, 1 egg. Drop it in. Right, so now just mix this up gently. And when I was making this yesterday, usually you make it in a mug, but I thought that's a bit messy, so it'd be much neater to make it in a bowl, pour it into the mug, and then put it into the microwave. But as I mix this up, I thought this seemed like a lot for mug recipe, so I was like, oh, it's probably a bit too much. Should I risk it and try to make it in the air fryer? It's like, what if it's bad? I've wasted all these ingredients and I haven't got delicious pudding. But it turned out, so I thought I'd share it with you. And cooking is weird. I made this yesterday exactly the same, but this mixture was much thinner yesterday than it is now, and I've pretty much done the exact same thing. That's weird. Anyway, so I got a picture, might add a picture at the end so you can see yesterday's. Anyway, that's done. So I'm gonna get our container. I've got a lined air fryer cake tin, I guess you'd call it. I'm gonna pour this straight into the bottom. Get pretty much everything out of that bowl. And this is going to make a nice thin layer of pudding. So if you don't get self-raising flour, use plain flour with some bicarb soda, but you'll definitely need bicarb because otherwise it's going to be really thin. Alright, so the next step to make the self-saucing is cocoa powder and some brown sugar. I'm showing you that because that's about 2 tablespoons of cocoa and some brown sugar. I think that's about 2, maybe 3 teaspoons. I haven't really measured. So in the original recipe I found, you sprinkle the cocoa powder on top of your pudding, and then the brown sugar, and then your boiling water. But I found that some parts didn't seem very sweet because it was just cocoa powder. Didn't mix well. And you baked it and cooked it in the microwave. So I feel that mixing it together makes it better. So mix it up really well, and you don't actually have to use all of this, so save some for next time. The next time you're baking something with cocoa powder in it, you can use this and then just use a little bit less sugar. So get a teaspoon, just sprinkle it over. I'll show you this when I'm done. And so you just want to make sure the whole thing has got a thin layer of this. So I'll finish this and I'll show it to you in a minute. Okay, so here it is. I've put it on. You can see I've got some left. Now I've got to do the boiling water. I preheated the air fryer for 2 minutes on 130 degrees. So we'll start with the boiling water. Right, so I've got a mug of boiling water, and you just want to get it and just gently spread it on like so. This might take a few minutes, so I'll come back and show you when I'm done. Okay, so that's it. That's the boiling water on. You could probably gently pour it over in a glass measuring jug, but I've just done this way. So now into the air fryer, 130 degrees for 20 minutes, and then we can taste it. Alright everyone, here it is. Here's my pudding. So it's probably a bit higher today since it's thicker. I don't know how I measured it exactly the same, and it's different, but I'm going to take some of this out, put it in a ramekin, and we'll have a taste. Okay, let's get some of this. It's a bit hard to get out. And the sauce is a bit more thin today because I maybe put a bit more water into it. Here we go, look at that. Might put a bit more in there and we'll taste it. Right, look at that, it's perfect. So it was just that bit on the corner that was a bit thin. This actually thickens up quite a lot when you leave it sit, so it's not super saucy, so it's best to eat it right away. So I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Right, so let's give this a try. That's good. So since yesterday was a bit more thin, today's a bit thicker, today's a bit better. So it's at least 9 out of 10. I'm gonna finish this off. Well, it's after 9 o'clock, so we'll call this morning tea. See you.